helter-skelter in what your thoughts just straight off the bat?
Immensely proud of the team tonight. Really am. Come through a lot of adversity tonight and a lot of challenges within 90 plus minutes of football, and you know, apart from the result, I think they ticked a lot of boxes tonight in my mind. You know, togetherness, desire, willingness to work, stick to the game plan, which we had to have in the second half. Substitutes coming on and impacting the game and working hard for the team. Listen, immensely proud of the team. You know, take the result away from it. Immensely proud of the performance they put in tonight.
Going down to 10 men like that, I mean, there probably aren't too many games where you've experienced that's made that many changes that early on. Just thoughts on the red card? Do you think it was harsh?
I initially thought there were players behind the ball, and you know, I think the referee or fourth official said at half time that, you know, the goal was open, and I probably see that the goal was probably open. So, you know, the laws change that many times, so I'd have to be sure. But if that is the case and the goal was open, which I think it was, even though we had a player there, we've got to take that. I don't think there was much contact, but I think there was some. And I think, looking at it, if it was me, I'd probably be asking for a red card as well. But yeah, listen, is what it is. Decision got made, and we have to accept that, and we had to deal with it. And for the most part, we did deal with it in the second half. We just, you know, fell short a little bit on conceding that second goal.
Just on Pulisic, it's almost a bit full circle moment given these come back into the team in circumstances similar to when you left it. Just how proud are you of his performance, given he's been out, he's been waiting for his chance to come back in, to probably display like he did for the remainder of the first half and into the second half. Just how proud.
Yeah, these goalkeepers train hard every day with Vuka. They're all fighting to come back in, Pav and Jack. You know, so listen, immensely proud of. It didn't surprise me that he would come on and do well. So yes, I'm really pleased for him, because he's been waiting for his chance. And you know, it's not always easy to come in that circumstance, because you know you're going to be under the cosh a little bit, and you know you're going to be asked to make saves. And you know, he stood up and did that at the times he had to. So yeah, we obviously disappointed with the result, but you know, there's a lot to be proud of in that dressing room. And for me as a manager as well. So yeah, I'll take a lot.
Talking of the dressing room, first of Ryan Edmondson, is there an update on his collarbone, his shoulder?
Yeah, I think it was his, might be his collarbone, his shoulder. It's, you know, I think there might be a fracture in there potentially, but we don't know until we have a scan or an X-ray. So we don't know for sure. So listen, I'll always be optimistic with things, but the pain he's in is not good. I think he knew straight away. Trent, I don't think it's too bad, just a little bit neural. So you know, I don't think he'll be an issue. It's more precautionary with Trent. And then, you know, we had to. It was a tough period for us, because we had to manage players coming off. We were taking players off who were doing well. Depizio, Lucas Moragas doing really well, and then even at half time, you know, Abdul Faisal coming off. All those players were performing very, very well. But what we have to look at is the bigger picture of what we got coming up with a trip to Japan, but also then the A-League as well, for us to push in that competition. So we knew Moragas and Depizio were going to tire because they've had long injuries, so they were just coming back. So we didn't want to risk that, and we know Abdul's not played much football, so we made the decision to make them changes, and you know, it was justified, because you know, we were quite close to getting the result. I probably don't. I don't think so. We'll assess it tomorrow, but I don't think so. It's you know, we'll get into the building tomorrow morning. We'll have a look at it and see where we stand. If it needs a scan, just to kind of justify what we're thinking. But you know, I fully expect him to be back and ready for the Wanderers game.
Worrying with Doc going down for football as well. I think taking him up to the head.
Yeah.
Is he okay? Is he kind of up and talking?
Yeah, he's fine. He's out there signing autographs for the players and for the fans and stuff like that. So, but it'll be assessed by the doc, and you know, when things happen like that, you've got to be governed by the medical staff. So we'll be governed by that, and we'll see where he is, and you know, we'll assess him in the morning, whether it's a concussion or whether it's not, just a precautionary that he came off. We'll have to wait and see.
Finally, you came up against the team tonight that's doing well in this competition. Hasn't lost in the league since 2021. They've got players playing from Roundtree, Paris Saint-Germain, a whole load of La Liga experience. Just how proud are you, I suppose, when you measure the budget and everything that the Mariners stand for, they're coming up against a team like that, to go toe-to-toe with them with 10 men, just how does that make you feel?
I'm glad you've asked that question, James, because not many people do. And whether people are aware or not, that yeah, this is a situation we're in, and we have to remember where we're competing here. It's a real privilege for us to compete in this competition. We earned the right to do that, but we're coming up against some fantastic teams and players, and Johor have some fantastic players, like you said there. So for our boys, you know, 18, 16, 17, 19, throughout the team, young players who are pushing a team like that all the way. Again, I go back to that word, I'm immensely proud of the players. So they'll take a lot from it, as they've done from every game in this competition so far. There's a few games where we've been out of it really, but there's been a lot of games where we've been in the mix as well, and we've had good parts of the game. So with that, that's going to help our young players grow and get better. Our young Australian players as well, so that's really good for the country. That we've got young Australian players playing in this calibre of competition and playing well against high-level players. So, listen, I'm proud of them again, but yeah, I go back to that. I'm glad you asked that question because people need to know. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers, mate. All right, good question, that. Thanks, everyone.